Welcome to this episode of the Keto Vegan. As promised last episode, today I am going to do what is commonly known as tapping. I'm Rachel, I am your host, and today I'm going to give you another tool to help you conquer the cravings, eating when you're not hungry, eating stuff that you don't want, well, that you're craving and you want to, and you consider like maybe forbidden. And tapping really helps you with this. So what is it? It's the also known as emotional freedom technique. And what we do, we tap on certain meridian points around the face, on the shoulder blades. No, those are shoulder blades. On the, what are these called? Collarbones, that's it. And on the sides, so under your arm, under here, and also on the crown of your head. So we're going to tap on these meridian points, which are also used in acupuncture. We don't tap on all the acupuncture points because there's many of those. So what we say or think during tapping, during EFT, involves a focus on what your initial concern is. Maybe our roots, the roots in our history, the feelings and sensations in our body, and self-suggestions on what we actually want to change and how we do want to be. There are many different types and methods and ways of doing EFT. Whoever you speak to, if they are an EFT practitioner, they would tell you something. You speak to somebody else and they'll tell you that you do it another way. It doesn't matter exactly how you use it. I'm going to do with you today some tapping in the way that I first experienced it. And this is through Jessica Ortner's book about weight loss, tapping for weight loss. I will put a link to it underneath. I listened to the audiobook, which was great because you hear her doing the tapping and you just basically think it and do what she says. And I'm going to do one of those with you today. So there are points on the body which are stimulated with tapping with two fingers, usually the index and the middle finger, as you can see here. And so the amount of force that you use when you're tapping on a point should be firm but comfortable. You want to make sure that you are tapping on those points, especially if you've got a little bit of excess flesh and excess weight wherever. You want to make sure that you're tapping nice and firmly so that the points are getting contact, as it were. When we're tapping, some people say you need to tap about 7 times, but you'll be tapping for as long as you say the statement. So it doesn't matter if it's 7 times or 20 times, but you'll say a statement and then you move on to the next statement and move on to the next point, wherever that is. Bear with. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So tapping can be used to change really negative thoughts into positive ones, or self-limiting beliefs and self-limiting behaviors into positive ones. It conquers it. And so we scale it as well. Our beliefs, our behaviors, our emotional states. With tapping, you can clear any distressing or negative aspects in your life. If I was doing this with a client, we would find out what it is that they want to change. And we'd scale it on a SUDS scale. Now, SUDS stands for subjective units of distress, out of 10. And out of 10 is extreme distress, 0 is no distress. And we feel how difficult is this for me? Is it a 10 out of 10 or is it maybe an 8 out of 10? So we first measure our distress, okay? And then the aim is to tap until you feel better about this issue. And then we test on the scale, how do I feel about that now? Now, I can't do it personally for you because I don't know you yet, and I don't know what your distress is, but we're going to do it, guess what, we're going to do it around eating and food. Ta-da! I know, Keto Vegan, amazing. So we will then tap on the karate chop point with a setup statement. So even though whatever the distress is, I love and accept myself. And we tap on the karate chop point whilst we're saying that. And then we tap on the 8 points of the face and upper body. If we say it out loud, it engages us much more rather than just thinking it. So if you can say out loud after me when we're doing the rounds, that's even better. Once we've done the setup statement, we then tap on the 8 points on the face and upper body. Okay, so where are these points? Top of the head. Guess where that is? Okay, it's just there. Top of the head. We've got the start of the eyebrow. So it's right here, not in the middle. It's right at the start of the eyebrow. Then we've got the side of the eye, under the eye, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone, and underarms. About 4 inches under, how big's 4 inches? I don't know. About 4 inches under your armpit. Why do we tap on the negative? It's like tapping on the thought and the feeling and doing this turn off button, because it's all connected to our physiological responses to the amygdala, which is about memories and emotions. Now, I have put a link to a really helpful booklet underneath that goes into a much more thorough explanation. But I think let's start tapping. This is going to be about not having control over what you eat. If you want to do your own tapping, you can. You don't need a therapist for this or an expert in tapping to do this with you. You can do this. You find your issue and then you tap on it. So we're going to do a statement and work through it. And the statement we're going to do is, even though I don't feel like I have control over what I eat. So I want you to scale that out of 10. This might be really relevant for you. This might be slightly relevant for you. So out of 10, how powerful is that you don't feel like you have control over what you eat? So scale it, where 10 is you have absolutely no control over what you eat, and 0 is you've got all control. So score it out of 10 now. Whereabouts are you with that? And so repeat after me whilst you're tapping on the karate chop point. Even though I don't feel like I have control over what I eat, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't feel like I have control over what I eat, I love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I don't have control over what I eat, I love and accept myself. Eyebrow, no control. Side of eye, eating without needing to. Under eye, being greedy. Under the nose, I eat unhealthily. Chin, I shouldn't do this. Collarbones, I feel so much shame. Under the arm, I feel so greedy. Top of the head, I shouldn't do this. Eyebrow, eating what I don't need. Side of the eye, being so unhealthy. Under the eye, I want this food. Under the nose, even though it's bad for me. Chin, I eat unconsciously. collarbone, and then I feel so bad. Under the arm, it makes me feel good. Top of the head, even though I know it's not. Eyebrow, it comforts me. Side of the eye, but afterwards I feel shame. Under the eye, I feel disappointment. Under the nose, all this stress around food. Chin, I know I shouldn't do this. Collarbone, but I don't want to deprive myself. Under the arm, having that food in my mouth makes me feel good. Top of the head, but then afterwards I feel disappointment. Eyebrow, so much disappointment. Side of the eye, feeling bloated. Under the eye, disgusted. Under the nose, shame. Chin, greed. Collarbones, unhealthy. Under the arm, sadness. Top of the head, no control. Eyebrow, all this stress around food. Side of the eye, I want to eat better. Under the eye, I know what I can eat that's healthy. Under the nose, but I don't want to deprive myself. Chin, I need this food. Collarbones, I keep eating when I'm not hungry. Under the arms, because I need a break. Top of the head, I need an escape. Eyebrow, I need this food. Side of the eye, food is such a comfort to me. Under the eye, food is always there for me. Under the nose, food feels so good. Chin, but food doesn't love me. Collarbone, I'm not willing to let go of these unhealthy habits. Under the arms, these intense cravings. Top of the head, this inner battle of what to eat. Eyebrow, but I don't want to eat in a destructive way. Side of the eye, I don't want to deprive myself either. Under the eye, maybe there is a better way. Under the nose, maybe I can enjoy food. Chin, I know how to make good choices. I know what is good for me. Under the arms, I know I can enjoy food. Top of the head, maybe I can feel calm before I reach for food. Eyebrow, maybe there are other ways to reward myself. Side of the eye, maybe it's easier than I thought. Under the eye, I am open to finding new ways to reward myself. Under the nose, I'm open to finding new ways. Chin, new ways to feel comforted. Collarbones. I choose to feel calm and centered now. Under the arms. I choose to feel calm when I'm hungry. Top of the head. I choose to feel calm when I think about food. Eyebrow. I find healthy ways to nurture myself. Side of the eye. I am in tune with my brain and body. Under the eye. I've been feeling so much stress. Under the nose. But this overeating is only draining my body. Chin. This overeating makes me feel so bad. Collarbones. I find ways to recharge my body and brain through loving thoughts. Under the arm. I'm kind to my body. Top of the head. I'm kind to my mind. Eyebrow. I choose to find foods that are good for me. Side of the eye. I choose to eat consciously. Under the eye. I find the right foods for me. Under the nose. I find pleasure in those good and healthy foods. Chin. I find pleasure in staying keto. Collarbones. I find gratitude and love in being vegan. Under the arms. It feels good to my body and my soul. Top of the head. I am in tune with what my body needs. Eyebrow. I hydrate my body. Side of the eye. I drink cleansing, beautiful water. Under the eye. I take slow, deep breaths before I eat. Under the nose. I am present and in control. Chin. I enjoy my food. Collarbone. I am always in control around food. Under the arm. I eat consciously and know when I'm full. Top of the head. I make eating really pleasurable. Eyebrow. By being present and calm when I eat. Side of the eye. This is easier than I thought. Under the eye. I can be easy on myself. Under the nose. I begin to incorporate healthy habits every day. Chin. This feels so good. Collarbone. I find the pleasure in healthy choices. Under the arm. I am in control. Top of head. I nurture my body today with positive thoughts and nourishing foods. And so now what I want you to do is scale it out of 10 again. Where are you now? Has it dropped down? If it hasn't, you can do it again if you found those phrases helpful. If they didn't resonate with you, do your own. Tap on the negative first. Those feelings, get really in touch with your feelings. If there's physiological responses to the feelings that you have, say those as well. Say about where they are. And once you feel you've tapped on the negative enough, then bring in positive statements about looking after yourself, being in control, being mindful, being conscious. You might want to bring in as well about those 4 steps to eating consciously. So when you're hungry, eat. Eat what you want, keto and vegan. Eat consciously, and then when you think you're full, stop. So that is tapping. I hope that was helpful for you. Don't forget to click on the links below, the book by Jessica Ortner around tapping around food and overeating and weight loss, that kind of thing, and also the EFT explanation resource booklet. I really hope you found that helpful, and I will see you next time.